All right, this is another really quick video just answering another question that I get a lot, and this is for subscribers to my newsletter, Crypto is Easy. If you're not subscribed, click the link in the description below. Head on over to Crypto is Easy. If you like what you see, please go ahead and sign up. So the question is, could we be at the market cycle peak? And I can tell you unequivocally no, but that doesn't mean we can't have a very significant or very long period of time where price does not go up. And that can either be we have something like 2019 or 2016 where we just kind of bleed out for a little while, few months, by which I mean a little while, months. And that would be really, actually really, really healthy. And it could be significant. It was 40% in 2016, more than 50% in 2019. I think it was like up to 60% in 2019. But that was bookended by these really explosive periods of growth. So you get that big explosive period of prices going up, and you need to have some time for the market to really settle, make sure that the people who really care, who have a lot of conviction, the strong hands, that they acquire and accumulate the tokens that they want, because those are the people that are going to form that floor for the price and that foundation that we need to really keep going up. People coming in saying, I bought $500 worth of Dogecoin, I bought $500 worth of Bitcoin, $1,000 or whatever. Yeah, you get enough of them and they'll drive the price up, but that doesn't sustain the market. That's not the foundation for a really strong market. Now, we haven't had that foundation for a while, but look, this is a retail frenzy. This is a retail frenzy. And so when you get a lot of people coming in mass, even if individually they may not be putting that much money in, or maybe they are, but it's just, there's just so much enthusiasm around what's going on. The money just keeps flowing in. It doesn't matter what you see on chain metrics, technical analysis, or any other sort of assessment of the market. Things are going to go up. That doesn't mean it's the right opportunity to buy, but that means the price is going up. And the impression it can give you is, wow, oh my God, this is just, it's so fast, it's so high, we got to be at the peak. Oh, it's this euphoria, we have to be at the peak. But there are these less, how do I put it? In between the market cycle peaks, there are plenty of opportunities to go up and down. A lot of people have the frame of reference of the 2017 bull market, where you had up and then fairly mild corrections, up, fairly mild corrections, and then it just kind of went in a parabola. That may be the anomaly, because when you look at all of Bitcoin's past, you'll see big run-ups, big drops, and long periods of time, months, 4, 5, 6 months of either sideways or just kind of bleeding out. And you see that fairly often. So, and actually, on average, we get something like that about every other year. We have a lot more of that than we have bear markets. So I think that we can have one of those. Will we? Honestly, yeah. If I would think that's more. Who knows? It's a retail mania. But when you look at the data I look at, yeah, we are probably going to have, ideally, if all goes to plan, and the gods obey, go along with it, and the market complies, we will ideally cool off for a little bit. Whether that means we drop down to 40,000 or 30,000, or if we just kind of mosey around like we have been for the past 2 months or so, where it's more sideways than anything else. We've seen both of those things. It's great. It's wonderful. People freak out. They think, oh my God, this is it. This is it. And, yeah. And if we keep going down, yeah, if we have it, 60%, we bleed out for another 4 months, go down 60%, you're going to hear like everybody saying, oh, that was it. We bear market. People are going to say bear market, right? Price goes down for 4 months, bear market. Fine. Maybe in the dictionary sense, that's a bear market. But I mean, in this market, I don't know. We've had a lot of times where the price has gone up, then gone down, bled out for 4 months, 6 months. People say bear market, and by the time it finishes bleeding, we're higher than where we started. So it might fit the dictionary definition, but for anybody looking from the outside in, they would say, okay, we started at a lower price, we ended at a higher price. Where's the bear market? That's kind of how I think about it. But that is possible. That doesn't mean that, well, if we started that right now, that would not mean that this moment was a market cycle peak. I know the pi cycle crossed. I wrote an article about that. Don't discount that. Don't dismiss that. That was supposed to be the sign of the market cycle peak. We saw that sign. Everybody said, couldn't be right. Well, what if it is right? Now, I look at it in the context of everything, and we don't see any other signals or any other indicators or any other data of any kind that we have seen at previous market cycle peaks. So I'm not, while I take that under advisement, I think it's worth considering, putting it in the context of everything. I don't worry about it so much. In the pi cycle, there are a lot of different calculations and permutations of moving averages that'll get the same result of crossing at market cycle peaks. And some of these are way off. They're not even on trajectory to cross ever at all. So you gotta kind of, the pi cycle, the previous 3 times it crossed, that was the market cycle peak. But when you change the data, you can still get moving averages that cross at each of the market cycle peaks that are nowhere near crossing now. So take it with a grain of salt, but understand the message, which is the market got ahead of itself. Generally speaking, when the market gets ahead of itself, it needs to cool off. We have data, evidence, the kind of things that I've talked about that suggest there are a lot of similarities now with other times and other patterns and other, in both in crypto and in other markets, that what's happening now is very similar to what has happened in previous times, where the next few months would suggest that we are going to have some trouble continuing to maintain the momentum. But that doesn't mean that we hit a peak, and it also doesn't mean that this thing can't keep going up. It's retail. It's retail mania. It's retail, and that can go a long way. So we'll just have to see where it ends up. But bottom line, not the peak. Relax and enjoy the ride.